Hello, my name is James and I am a boat builder in the English Lake District, a place called Windermere, which is a very beautiful place to be, and I am the owner of a Skeeta foiling dinghy. I purchased this Skeeta earlier this year and I've been out sailing in her probably about a dozen times so far. I wanted to try foiling before I got too old and decrepit, and I needed a boat that had a really good usability factor, in that I didn't want a boat that tried to kill me all the time, and I wanted one that was going to be easy to launch and land. And the Skeeta's daggerboard rudder and daggerboard centerboard mean that it's relatively simple to launch and land the boat in between jetties, which is what I've got to contend with. Found the boat very easy to learn how to foil on. Probably sailed for about 200 yards before I first got foiling. And in Skeeta's manual, where it describes it being very similar to learning how to ride a bike, I would agree with that. Made a couple of alterations myself. I've put a rope with a bobble on to go under the boom to stop it from falling over the little stopper knob here, which the original strap did, and I've also added one round the mast just as an added precaution. So that meant that I got this strop here cut and an eyelet put in instead, and that's worked really well. The only other issue I've had is that because it's essentially a surfboard in shape, very flat, is to try and get the toe straps up high enough to get your toes under when getting from one side of the boat to the other quickly. So I've just lashed a line to the rudder tower at the back, which won't interfere with the tiller, which is pulling the toe strap up at the back a bit more, and I've used shackles on the block, on the shroud plate, with an elastic which I've tensioned up with just one of those handy pull it through cleats, which gives me some spring forwards, and I'm hoping that that's going to be a lot easier to use. I'm going to try that this afternoon. Okay, well, I've just come in off the water after about an hour and a half sail out there, which was a bit disappointing really, because the wind did not come in as was forecast, but I still got some good foiling in, particularly upwind. Got certainly well over 15 knots, but probably hit about 16 knots, something like that, so not too shabby. But the other problem I had out there was it's autumn here, and the lake weed dies and comes to the surface, and the leaves off the trees just floating in long lines and rafts, and I think that I had problems with those on the centerboard and the rudder, just slowing me down and making it well, impossible really to get onto the foils, probably when the wind was strong enough to do it. But the main issue was the wind just didn't come in as was forecast, but it was still a nice place to be for an hour and a half out there on Windermere, Lake Windermere as people call it, and yeah, it's just getting a bit cold now this time of year for my old bones. But next time I go out, I'll make sure it's a bit breezier, get some better footage for you hopefully. Okay, thank you, bye.